Hello students, hope you all are well. Let us start our next video on the basis of elements of accounts part 2 standard 12. Before starting today's video, let me explain something about the content of this part 2. You are having total in part 2 6 chapters. Out of that, chapter 1, which is called the accounting for share capital, chapter 2 accounting for the debenture, and chapter 5, which is accounting ratio and analysis. These 3 chapters I completed. After completing the chapter 1 and chapter 2, I did not start the chapter 3. I started chapter 5. Now I will start the chapter 3, which I put the number 10. All of you know from part 1 you are having 1 to 7. Here 1 to 6 same number should not be repeated. For that I put the number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So according to my number, I completed chapter 8, chapter 9 and chapter 12. And today in this video I will start the chapter 10, which is company's final account. Chapter 10, company's final account, is the most important chapter. Before starting the chapter, I want to tell you this chapter is most important chapter, and one long sum according to the board paper style, one long sum that is 11 marks, one long sum of 11 marks, it will come from this chapter. You might have seen the paper style, the last section, section F, you will have the two questions, two long questions, 2 into 11, which is 22 marks. But this one question from chapter 3 of part 2 and a question from chapter 2 of part 1, that is called partnership final account. So let us open the page number 116, 116, which is called the company's final account. Students, I want to tell you, according to your board paper style, you have seen just now the one practical sums of 11 marks. That does not mean directly we can start the illustration or the exercise practical. It is not that one. That we will not touch the theoretical part, then directly we will go to the practical sides. It is not possible. Students, you have to know, to do the practical sums, theoretical matter, theoretical means how to do the practical sum, that is called theoretical. Theoretical part also you have to go through. And also you have seen from the other chapters that some of the things which is given before starting the chapter, some of the part both inside as well as the illustration and exercise, the Gujarat board this time 30% which is deducted, but it is not a single line or the word or the illustration or the exercise is not deducted from this chapter. Chapter 3, which is called the company's final account, nothing will be deducted, everything is included. So this chapter we have to go through in details. Let us see, before whatever it is given in your book, that to one by one all I will explain, but according to my knowledge, what you are going to learn from this chapter, in short I want to explain it. Company's final account. The word final account, from there you might have seen what is called final account, because final account you have done when you are in the 11th standard, as well as in the beginning of the 12th standard also you have done the final account. Beginning of the 12th standard, company's final account, second chapter of part 1, practical sums you have done. Even for the 11th standard also, final account, that is trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheets you completed. And in 12th standard, company's final account, 5 steps you completed: trading account, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriations account, partners capital account and balance sheets. Now what you are going to learn something more from this chapter apart from that what you already learned. 11th standard and 12th standard final account, whenever you have completed in practical sums, that time we did not follow that much rules and regulations in details how we have to show the final account or how we have to do the final account. As for examples, in trading account debit side or the profit and loss account debit side, whatever the expense direct or indirect is coming, that we are writing, but which will come first, which will come next, which will come after that, which will come next, that we did not follow. Or also we did not follow the which expense is coming under which heading. Similarly, the credit side also, as well as in the balance sheets. Balance sheet, both the sides, you know, one is the asset side, another is the liability sides. In the liability sides, most of the time we wrote the first capital, but after that we did not follow that much order. Sometimes that non-current liability, current liability we mixed up. Even for the asset sides also, so many times we have seen that one students they are writing the goodwill in the middle of this asset sides portions or at the end, but goodwill it comes in the first. So there also we did not follow that much rules and regulations or that much order. Now this chapter they will tell you that which expense is coming under the which heading or subheading, which income is coming under the which heading or the subheading. Similarly, which liabilities are coming under the heading or subheading. Similarly, which assets are coming under the heading or subheading. Matlab, you have to learn from this chapter the order of writing the final account, which is called company's final account. Before following this order, which will come first, which will come next, which will come next, like that, there are so many incomes and expenses are coming, there are so many liabilities or assets are coming which you have not heard or not seen. Like that, few of the income, expense, assets, liabilities, new thing will come from this chapter. So let us see what your textbook is telling. Company's final account, you have to learn all these 7 points. Number 1, introductions. Number 2, meaning of the financial statements. Number 3, financial year. Number 4, characteristics of the financial statement. Number 5, objective of preparations of financial statement. Number 6, that form of the balance sheets and the general instructions. Number 7, form of the statement of profit and loss account, profit and loss and general instructions, and last exercise. So let us see the final account. What is this? Here in your book it is given that final account, this formula, financial statement and final account. Financial statement of a company are of utmost importance for its shareholders. This financial statement, which are the most important for whom? Those who are going to buy the share. Shareholder is the owner of the business. So financial statement of the company are of utmost importance for its shareholder, tax authorized, analysis, management and other stakeholders. Stakeholder means those who are directly or indirectly related with the company. They give informations about that who will give the financial statement. They give the informations about the financial performance and the positions of the company, where company stands. Section 129(1) of the Companies Act 2013 lays down that the financial statements shall give a true and fair view of the statement of affairs of the company or companies. So financial statement will give the true and fair appearance. By seeing the physical factory of the company, you cannot identify what is the positions of the company. Financial statement that will give the positions of the company. So that is that from where you will come to know about the company, that should be written in systematic way. That is, this chapter will tell you how you will write the financial statement from this chapter. In this chapter, we shall discuss about the preparations of the balance sheet and statement of profit and loss company as per Companies Act 2013. What they said, I already selected which is the most important line. These are the line I am explaining. You follow it. In this chapter, we shall discuss about the preparations of the balance sheet, how balance sheet will prepare, and how the statement of profit and loss of the company. That means profit and loss, how profit and, in which way profit and loss we will write, and which way the balance sheet we will prepare. That is given under the Companies Act 2013. Meaning of the financial statement. Financial statement are a statement presenting accounting information in brief at the end of accounting process for an accounting period. The financial statements provide the information regarding the financial result to its internal or external user. Internal and external user means directly or indirectly those who are involved in the business. What they said? They said that financial statement are a statement presenting accounting informations. Accounting informations it will present in brief at the end of the accounting process for an accounting period. Certain period come for देगा, generally 1 year. Financial statements provide the information regarding the financial result. What is the financial result? Ups and downs of its internal and external users. As per the section 240 of the Companies Act 2013, financial statement in relation to the company, it includes a balance sheet at the end of the financial year. Financial statement and final accounts, several times I said you. Financial statements means not only final account. With the final account, there are so many things are there that included all. It is called financial statement. Which are the included? It includes the balance sheets at the end of the financial year. It includes a profit and loss account, or in case of an entity carrying or any activity not for profit, or income and expenditure account for the financial. That you did not understand. It said that one, a profit and loss account, or in case of entity carrying or any activity not for profit, or some of the business it is they are running, their main aim is not to earn the profit. This is cooperative society where they are doing the income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account you might have seen from the 11th standard. Non-trading concerns, there's a club, hospital, like that, school, college, they also should provide this second one. Cash flow statement, that you do not know what is the cash flow statement. It is the last chapter of this part 2. There I will explain the cash flow statement, how much physically cash comes or cash goes. That is called the cash flow statement. A statement of changes in equity if applicable, not related to the accounts. These all 5 points are called the meaning the financial statement. It should be noted, it is given, it should be noted that the balance sheet shows the financial positions. That you should know. Balance sheet shows the financial positions at the as at a particular point of time. Particular point, because balance sheet generally it shows particular day. It is further it is said the particular point of time, and hence its title should be balance sheet as at. But profit and loss statement shows the profit and loss performance for the period ending on a particular date, which is usually a year. Hence this title should be by profit and loss statement for the year ended. Profit and loss it is showing for the year ended, एक साल का profit and loss, but balance sheet is not for the year ended. Balance sheet is a particular time. So for that it is said balance sheet as at. If profit and loss account is prepared for any period shorter or longer, more less than 1 year or more than 1 year, shorter or longer than a year, the word period issued. For example, a company is incorporated on 1st October 2016 and its first profit and loss statement is prepared for 6 months, October to March is 6 months, up to 31st 3 2017. In this case, the title should be profit and loss statement for the period ended 31st 3 2017 or profit and loss statement for 6 months. If it is a profit and loss is for 6 months, so it should be mentioned from this period to this period. For that it is said, either it should be mentioned that 1st October to 31st 2017, that is called the, or it should be mentioned the 6th month which is ended on 31st 3 2017. Now the next point, this much is not I am going details, which is most important that I am going to details. Next point is coming, the objective of preparing the financial statement. What is the objective? Why, if you are not doing the financial statement, what happened? That is called the objective purpose. The objective of preparing the financial statement, following are some objective for preparation of the financial statement. This is that questions. Following are some of the objective for preparing the financial statement. What is the objective? To know about the true and fair view of the financial performance. Financial performance of the company means, if the question comes, what do you know about the financial performance of the company? Financial performance of the company means profit and loss account. And to know the true and fair view of the financial positions of the company means balance sheets. So first point, it is showing that profit and loss account, and second point is showing the balance sheets. This is called the true and fair view of financial performance, because profit and loss account is giving true and fair view of financial performance, and balance sheet is giving true and fair view of the financial positions. That is, keep in mind, performance is showing by profit and loss account, and positions is showing by the balance sheets. So third one, to comply with the legal requirement, and the fourth one, to communicate the financial informations of the company to various interested parties. So these are the main objective: profit and loss account, balance sheets, legal requirement, and the financial informations of the company to various interested parties. The next point is coming, form of balance sheets and journal instructions. Part 1 of the Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013 ka Schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, Part 1, so many points are given, points, sub-points. Part 1 of Schedule 3 to the Companies Act 2013 gives from the balance sheets of the company must be prepared as per his format. Just now what I told you, we made the balance sheets not according to the format. Now we have to make from this chapter, we have to know how to do the balance sheet in proper way, systematic way, how to write the balance sheet. That is not according to your wish. The Companies Act 2013, it is said how it is further, it is given, there must be prepared the balance sheet, it is given, the balance sheets of a company must be prepared as per this format. Schedule 3 gives only the vertical format. The format of the balance sheet is given on the page number 118. Malab, next page. Vertical format and horizontal format, that you should know. Actually, generally the balance sheet, whatever you have done, that was the horizontal format. Horizontal format means the two sides are there. One is the liability sides, another is the asset sides. And vertical format is, this is only one format, one sides only, and first we will write the liability sides all, and below that one we will write the asset sides all. This is called the vertical format. And horizontal format means this side's balance sheets liability side, and opposite sides, the left hand sides the liability sides, and right hand side is the asset sides. This is called vertical format balance sheets. So first is we are showing the balance sheets, after that we will show the profit and loss account. Once again I am telling you, generally you will see, sir, first though generally we know the profit and loss account and trading account, then balance sheet, but here first I will teach you, or according to your book, how balance sheets you will write. After that we will say that how profit and loss account also will write. Balance sheet means financial positions, profit and loss account means financial performance. Financial positions, it shows in a particular day, or financial performance, it shows for the particular period. Generally it is for 1 year. So this is a balance sheet format. The name of the company, the balance sheets as at, particulars, note number, figure at the end of current year, figure at the end of the previous year. So the two figures are given, the previous year and the current year. Figure at the end of the previous year matlab that is the current year ka beginning, that also you can say. This is called current year ka beginning. Figure last previous year ka last matlab current year ka beginning, and current year ka end. This is the current year ka beginning, current year ka end, that also you can say. I told you this is called vertical balance sheets. Vertical balance sheets, generally first it comes equity and liability. Under this equity, this main heading, under this equity and liability, you are getting the subheading shareholder funds. Under this shareholder funds, it comes the share capital, reserve and surplus, money receipts against share warrant. Number 1, which coming shareholder fund. Shareholder fund means the money who are the owner. This money, who is the owner? Owner of this money. This all three monies are that shareholders are the owner of this all. This is called the shareholders funds. That is share capital, reserve and surplus, money receipts against their warrant. This is number 1. It comes equity and liability. Generally it comes equity. Then number 2, that also, this is main heading, this is subheading. Number 2 is coming share application money pending allotment. The share capital, when I taught that time, I told you some of the shareholders did not pay the money, that pending money. Number 3 is coming generally, this number 1 and number 2, it comes generally under the equity, and number 3 it comes under the liability. Liability are two types, all of you know. One is the current liability and another is the non-current liability. In this chapter you have to remember this order only. Most time, 1 second I want to tell you, in this chapter you have to remember this all only. Number 3 is coming non-current liability. Under this non-current liability means generally long-term liability, long-term borrowing, deferred tax liabilities, other long-term liability, long-term provisions. Generally some long-term, whatever the money you have taken, company has taken from outsider, that comes under the long-term borrowing, deferred tax liabilities, other long-term liabilities and long-term provisions. Next is coming current liability. Current liability means short-term borrowing for a short time period. This is for long time period. Short-term borrowing, trade payables means bills payables generally. Others current liabilities and short-term provisions. This is for long and this is for short. These three are coming under the equity and liability. Below that, assets is given. You know that one. Generally assets are two types. One is the current assets and another is the non-current assets. Non-current assets means generally fixed assets, and non-current assets comes first, then current assets comes second. Here like that, non-current liability come first, then current liability. Similarly, here also we will see that assets, non-current assets. Non-current assets first is coming under the fixed assets. फिक्स्ड एसेट्स का अंदर आता है टेंजिबल एसेट्स, इंटेंजिबल एसेट्स, कैपिटल वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस, intangible assets under development. So many things you might have first times you are listening. Capital work in progress. Capital work in progress matlab that some of the capital or the some of the assets, the process is going on, that is called work in progress. So tangible assets, intangible assets, capital work in progress, intangible assets under development. B, non-current investment. This is called assets. Now we are coming investment. Non-current investment इसका अंदर non-current investment, then deferred tax assets, long-term loan in advance, others non-current assets. These are the so many things which is coming. that non-current investment, some of the investment which you have invested, deferred tax rate, long-term loan you have given advance, other non-current assets. These all are coming under the asset sides. Similarly, the current assets. Current assets means current investment. Here, non-current investment. Investment are the two types. One is the current investment, another is the non-current investment. The other current assets, it comes the current investment, inventories. Inventories means stock. Trade receivable means bills receivable, cash and cash equivalent, short term loan and advance. They are long terms. You have seen here short term and other current assets. आपको ये सब याद रखना पड़ेगा. These are the things which you have to remember. Under the suppose trade receivable, it comes under the which heading? Trade receivables means bill receivable, inventories means stock. तो current asset का अंदर क्या क्या आता है? Current investment, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalent, short term loan and advance, and other current assets. Here you have seen that here almost are same, but here short it is long. Here you see long term loans and advance. Here you have seen the short term loans and advance. Now the next point which I have to explain for in the part of the theoretical, the process of conversion. Yes, this is most important. Generally companies or the factory, what they are doing, they are making cash to cash. Cash to cash means you do not understand how cash to cash. Generally they started the business with cash to get the cash. What does it mean? It means that through the cash they will buy the raw material, one process. This raw material they will make it a finished product, another process. This finished product they will sell into the market, another process. After selling that market they will get the cash. So they started with cash. At last they will get cash. But target what? Which amount they started, more than that they should get. This is called process. The process of conversions of cash into raw material. First cash से raw material बनेगा. Then conversions of raw material to the finished product. Then raw material finished product बनेगा. Then conversions of the finished goods into a debtors. Debtors मतलब बेचेगा. So finished goods they sold to the debtors, and finally the debtors will pay the cash. So what happened? It started through cash and at the end it comes again cash. This is called the operating cycle. This they are doing. Cash से raw material से finished product से sale से cash. But पहले जो cash से शुरू किया था, last जो cash आया वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा आना चाहिए. That is called profit. This is called the process. The next point I am coming. See in this chapter, just now I told you page number 118, the balance sheets. Here you have seen that one, that equity and liabilities, shareholders fund, then non-current liabilities, current liabilities, similarly the non-current assets and current assets. This under this deferred tax or long-term borrowing which are coming, this all it is given in details in the page number 119. But no need to go through in details this all, because that in systematic way I will tell you which you are able to remember and which will help you to do it. That point I want to tell you, that will follow it. Here one note is given that you follow page number 124. The money receipts against the share warrant, share applications money pending, allotment, deferred tax liability and deferred tax assets etc. are not expected to be asked in this exam in these questions of the preparations of the balance sheets. These balance are mentioned here as they are given in the format of the balance sheet as per the schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Which is most important, that I will come it here, that is page number 126. One more note in the page number 126 it is given, that you follow it. It is page number 126. One note is given, that is exceptional item, extraordinary item, deferred tax, profit and loss containing and discontaining the operations and Earning per share is not expected in these questions of the preparations of statement of profit and loss, and hence these items will not be asked in these exams. These items are shown here because they are given in the Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Actually, Companies Act 2013 Schedule 3 Companies Act 2013 we are going to learn, but Schedule 3 Companies Act 2013, there are so many things are given, so many, but all these things are not required for you. From that, how much is required, that I eliminate and I will tell you. This is given second note. Balance sheets and statement of profit and loss as per the Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013 are given only for explanations. For this purpose of the examinations, the balance sheets and the statement of profit and loss and their subheads shows below are to be considered. Now, I will tell you the details about that. Slowly, I will go to the practical sides. This is the theoretical part I told you. Still, some of the parts are there for the theoretical. In next video, slowly I will go to the practical sides that you will follow it. Hope you are understanding. Even though if you do not understand at any place, you will tell me. Okay, bye.